Hey guys, Helen Sarge. First off, thank you again for your support for our family. We do greatly appreciate that. Something's happened here in Kentucky that I find is setting a very dangerous precedent, but it's also exposing a lot of things. You know, across the nation right now, we're having a lot of violence, just random violence. New York, for example. A young Hispanic lady working at Burger King was shot and killed during a robbery by a black man. When they caught him, they said he had mental issues. There was an Asian lady pushed in front of a train in the subway in New York. When they caught the man that did that, he was a black man. They said he had mental issues. There was another young black man who tried to push someone in front of a subway in New York. I don't recall them ever saying what the person's race was, but they said he had mental issues. You have a black man run down, abduct, abuse, and murder a jogger, a female jogger. They said he had mental issues. Well, now here in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, there's a young black man named Quintez Brown. Walked into the mayoral candidate's office, a Craig Greenberg, a Jewish Democrat running for mayor in Louisville, walked into his office and tried to assassinate the man. Luckily, Mr. Greenberg wasn't struck. They said one of the bullets went through his clothes, but he wasn't actually shot. And there were more members of his campaign team in the office. So now Mr. Quintez Brown, is charged with attempted murder and 4 counts of wanton endangerment. And BLM Louisville was more than happy to put up the $100,000 bond for Mr. Brown. Now, Mr. Brown has been on TV with Joy Reid. She really touted this young man. Barack Obama in 2018 said he was an up-and-comer. This young man wrote articles for a local newspaper, the Courier Journal, and he himself was running for a political office, a district office, council office, but he was running for office. All these things. And now they're saying he has mental issues. Suddenly he has mental issues. Now, I hate when people do it, but I'm going to have to do it. If the man who shot the Hispanic girl in the restaurant would have been white, it would have been racism, white supremacy, a hate crime before he was ever even fingerprinted. Had it been a white guy who pushed the Asian lady in front of the subway train, it would have automatically been racism, a hate crime, white supremacy before he was ever fingerprinted. And you can rattle off, I'm sure, more examples than that. But suddenly, it seems that the narrative is black men are mentally unstable. Due to their lack of mental stability, they are prone to act out violently. And it's not their fault because they have mental issues. So are they trying to push out their narrative that all black men, due to their inability to control their emotions, are prone to kill people of other races? Is that the narrative they really want to push? I mean, seriously, that's what they're saying. That's the narrative they're putting out there. You know, I don't know if you know how the court systems in Kentucky work. I have decades of experience. But you can get picked up for a gram of meth and be lodged with no bail. You can miss a court hearing for a DUI, be locked up with no bail. You can get caught with shoplifting, and I have seen this. Shoplifting, placed in jail, no bond. But this man walks into a political candidate's campaign office and attempts to assassinate the man. a Jewish Democrat candidate who was nearly assassinated by a BLM member, and this guy gets a $100,000 bond. He's back out on the street, and they're hollering that he has mental issues. So he walks into an office, attempts to kill someone, endangers the lives of 4 other people. He's given a $100,000 bond, but his mental issues drove him to do this. So now he's free back out on the street with the still supposed mental issues. It's a dangerous precedent, guys. And if you can't see what's going on, honestly, if you can't see what's going on, then you've either got your head in the sand or up your ass. Seriously. So the narrative they really want to push now is that all black men have mental issues, that any black man that acts out is acting out because of mental issues, because again, had it been a white guy in any of these cases, it would have automatically been a hate crime. It would have already been white supremacy. It would have been racism. Again, before they ever got to the police station, that would have been the narrative on the mainstream media. White supremacist attempts to, white supremacist assassinates, white supremacist tries to take out a Democratic candidate, a white supremacist tries to kill a Jewish candidate, anti-Semitism. That would have been the narrative. But every time here recently when a black man acts out and kills someone or attempts to kill someone of another race, another faith, or another political party, it's mental illness. So I think they're kind of setting some dangerous tones here. They're putting a very ominous complexion on this situation by saying that all these people suffer from mental illness. So, are they really saying that all black men are incapable of controlling their emotions? That they lack the intellectual capacity to talk about things, to discuss things? They have to resort to violence because their mentality doesn't know any other way. That's not my narrative. That's my question about their narrative. I gotta call bullshit, guys. But as always, that's just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. This is Alan Sarge. I'm out.